But somebody go popping on live. Yeah, me need to wait until people popping. I can't see. Wait a while if them popping or not. Uh, Nobody yet. At 30 seconds, go start. Um, my name is Tashi. Welcome to my first live, my channel, The Rise Room podcast. Um, so I was watching Stomp the Yard last night. I know that there are quite a few versions of Stomp the Yard, so just to narrow it down, it's the one where Chris Brown dies like 2 minutes in. So that should narrow it way down. Very sad. And at the end, there was a Martin Luther King quote um, at the very end of that movie, and it said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." And the moment I heard that, I seen that quote, I read it on the screen, I was like, wow. Because it's really not just about degrees, it's not just about the resumes, it's not just about what we can memorize. It's really about like who we're becoming in the process of all that. That's also very important. It's equally important. You can be the smartest person in the room and still feel completely lost if your character isn't grounded. You can collect every certificate out there known to man and still fail the test of integrity. You can know it all and still not know how to treat people. Real education is deeper than facts. It's discipline, it's empathy, it's accountability. So it's growing within yourself, even when that growth is uncomfortable. And growth is a really uncomfortable thing. And it's learning how to communicate, how to actually listen and not listen to reply. Because I know a lot of times we do that. I've done that a lot of times in the past, but listen to understand what the other person is saying. So actively listen, and how to challenge yourself without breaking yourself. A lot of the times we push ourselves too hard, you know? It's okay to challenge yourself, but not to the point where you're breaking yourself. How to stand up for what's right, even when no one else is doing it. I know a lot of times we follow trends because it's the next in thing, but that doesn't necessarily, but we know deep down that that's not right. And how to lead with your mind and your morals. Honestly, some of the biggest lessons that I've learned and that you will learn is not going to be in a classroom. They're going to come from moments that humble you throughout life, the mistake that matured you as you're going along, and those situations where you had to decide who you really wanted to be. So, yeah, intelligence matters 100%, but character equally matters as well, too. That's the thing that's going to sustain you. That's the thing that's going to set you apart from them, he, she, they. And that's what people remember long after the title fades, long after you've left the earth, long after you're gone. It's They're gonna think about who was Tashi, not, well, what was Tashi's education. That's gonna be important, I guess, but they're gonna talk about like what type of person was Tashi, what type of person was I. That's what's gonna matter long after I'm gone. So it's important to educate your mind, but also strengthen your character as well, because that is the combination. Those things together, that is what is going to make you unstoppable. That is what's going to set you apart from the rest of the crowd. And that's what's good. That's what's going to allow you to level up. So, like I said, this is my first live. I'm checking out the live feature and on all of my platforms. and I will try to go live on every weekend, Saturday or Sunday around the same time. Um, Feel free to check out my channel, my mental health channel, which is around supporting mental health people that are dealing with mental health challenges. And that is the basis of all of my channels. So feel free to subscribe, like, and follow me. And thank you for watching. If you do watch this live, if you do have another take on what's on that quote, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. If you have another interpretation or perspective on that quote, I would love to hear your perspective, because I value different perspectives, and maybe you interpret that quote a different way. Um, and that's also important with education as well too, learning from each other. So I would love to hear your perspective on this quote and your thoughts. But yes, definitely reach out and let me know. Bye everyone. Okay.